Hello, and thanks for tuning in. We've been talking about the 5 habits of effective communicators, and boy, this has been such an enriching lesson for me presenting, and I hope that it's been the same for you. And if you've missed any of these series, I encourage you to go back to my YouTube channel and catch up on this series. Today's episode, as we wrap this up, is talking about the where, right? Effective communicators know where they say something. And I've heard so many stories, funny ones, I might add, about how a communication went bad just because of where it was said. And some of these have to do with people who had young kids, who they said something in private, the kids heard it and repeated them publicly, and embarrassing the parents, right? And I'm sure you can relate to this, or you may have a story or an instance where you had something that a kid said that they shouldn't have said, right? Where you say something is equally as important as what you say, when you say it, how you say it, and who you say it to. One that particularly comes to mind is a scenario where someone came to me at work a while back to tell me how they had heard something repeated in a public place that their manager had gone to say. So this manager was obviously talking to someone in a public place, not realizing that someone was listening in. So this came back all the way to the associate who this manager was talking about, and it was a very embarrassing situation. And I had to talk to this manager afterwards to remind them that they have to be mindful of where they say something. Some things are better said in a private setting. Not everything is worth repeating in a public setting because you just don't know who may be listening in, right? So where you say something is equally as important. So as we wrap up here, before you describe yourself as an effective communicator, make sure that you master these 5 habits. Make sure that you know what to say at every time. Make sure you know when to say it. Make sure you know how to say it. Make sure you know who to say it to, your audience, and make sure you know where to say it. That's why communication is such a complex art, and that's why I took my time to break this up over 5 weeks, over 5 series, to ensure that the content is really resonating. And I don't expect anyone, myself included, to master this in a relatively short amount of time. It takes time, it takes practice. Sometimes you're gonna miss it, but the repetition, doing this over and over again, is what makes you become an effective communicator. This is why I'm taking time to break this over 5 episodes to make sure that this resonates with you. And if you'd like to have this presented in a group or in person, let me know. I'll be happy to come and do a deep dive where we actually discuss these 5 episodes. Just head over to my website. It's www.fredgatti.com. Reach out to me and I'll be happy to bring this discussion to your group. Thanks again for tuning in. And until next time, think on these things.